Hi, I'm Jennifer Pierce.
And I'm Clay Pierce.
We're the co-owners of Clay's Climate Control.
And you're watching South Jersey Business with Joe Molyneux.
Welcome to South Jersey Business with Joe Molyneux. Thank you for joining us as we share information, tips, and techniques that can make our business community and your business more successful. Thank you to Stockton University for the opportunity to produce this show focusing on business in South Jersey. In just a moment, we will talk with Jennifer and Clay Pierce, co-owners of Clay's Climate Control, located in Linwood, New Jersey. Jen and Clay will share portions of their story about building the business as well as their entrepreneurial journey. I have known Jen and Clay for a long time, and I have watched as they have built, grown, and marketed their business and Clay's Climate Control brand that serves the regional population. Jennifer and Clay support the community, and that, of course, helps to create a stronger region while they continue to operate and focus on their growing business. So let's get right down to business with today's featured guests. Clay, Jen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Joe, for having us.
Well, let's get right down to business on this. Clay, I know you're trained in and you spent a lot of time working in the industry, but what was that light bulb moment that you said, I want to start my own business? When was that?
It was about 19 years ago. I decided I wanted to try to take my skills to the next level and just bring my quality of work to the public, and really wanted to try to make a great experience for customers.
Well, clearly you're doing that. Jen, what was your role when you decided as a couple to start the business?
At the time, I was still working in pharmaceutical sales, so I actually did the invoicing and payroll and office work just one day a week in the afternoons.
Great. So the name, Clay's Climate Control, I love it, of course, because it has the 3 C's. It works really well. You wanted to put your name in it, of course, but how else did you determine the name? Did you just come up with that concept? How did that work?
Jen and I just started spitballing names, and very quickly we came up with the Clay's Climate Control, the 3C, and we thought it just had a great ring to it and really rolled off the tongue well.
That's great. So that's good because you work together on it as you do every day. I should ask that question. People are going to know, what is it like to work together every day? Jen, what is it like to work together with Clay every day?
Luckily, we have extremely different skills, so we stay out of each other's way. I do what I do best, he does what he does best, and then it just works.
That sounds like a perfect marriage, and a perfect marriage in business, actually. It's good. I know you're both focused on customer education as well as employee education, but Clay, how important is it when you go in to see a customer or talk with a customer to have an educated customer that you're speaking with? How important is that to the business?
It's very important. Our sales team, our office staff, and our service technicians are highly trained to talk to customers and educate them to basically understand what it is we do and what products we offer, and it's that's how we can help with their health and safety of their home, really educate them.
The two of you had run a home-based business for the majority of the business, really, and then you had this opportunity to actually grow it. So let's talk about that. What went into that decision to go from a home-based business to actually purchase and relocate into a brick-and-mortar location in Linwood, New Jersey? You want to talk about that a little bit, Jen?
Sure. Well, first, having a home-based business, obviously, as the business grew, we outgrew the home-based business. We couldn't even fit in the room anymore, so we had no choice but to purchase a place where we could run our business. But it's actually helped us be a lot more efficient. We're able to have everything in one location, monitor inventory, have a place where all the technicians can come in the morning and grab their equipment before they leave. So it's really helped us expand the business.
I'm thinking about it from a visual standpoint too, Clay. How about the fact that the two of you have built something that when you roll up, you see that fleet of trucks in the morning. I know you start early. How does that make you feel? How proud are you of what you guys accomplished when you roll up and see a fleet of trucks ready to go out and serve the region?
It's a great feeling, Joe. It's a very proud moment for us when we see our fleet driving around town. And I think a big thing too is it's right in our hometown, so we were able to give back to our community and add to our our economy.
I love it. Final question for this segment: how do you keep up on all the changing trends and technology in HVAC?
We do, as owners and as our coworkers, we all do continuing education with our factory, authorized trainers. We do a lot in the NATE certification classes, which is the Northeastern Technical Excellence. We promote that big time throughout our staff and all of our technicians. Really focus on EPA training. So, that's something that we heavily focus on at Clay's Climate Control.
And it shows. I want to thank you guys for being part of the show. Sit tight because we got more to come.
Great.
Let's check out how you can connect with South Jersey business through social media, and then we'll be right back with more business talk featuring Jennifer and Clay Pierce, co-owners of Clay's Climate Control, on South Jersey Business with Joe Molyneux. We're back with today's featured guests, Jennifer and Clay Pierce, co-owners of Clay's Climate Control. Thanks again for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jen, how do you describe success?
I guess we describe success by achieving our goals, whether they're growth related or customer service related, or even if we're able to give back to charities. But I also define success with when my employees have professional or personal success. And that means if they're able to buy their first home or their first car or something that they've really wanted, if they're able to do that, I feel very successful.
Just the fact that you're saying that shows me, and actually all the viewers, how committed you are to understanding and being involved in the lives, when as appropriate, with your employees. I think that's great to hear. I don't think anyone's ever answered that question that way, so thank you very much. Speaking of success, you guys just won a major award, a national award. Can you talk a little bit about that? Who wants to start? Jen?
Yeah, sure. We just won the 2020 Air Conditioning Contractors of America Residential Contractor of the Year Award. We became one of 3 finalists to be in the finals, and we had to answer a bunch of questions, and a panel of judges picked us.
That is awesome. Clay, it was a combination of both, I'm sure, the operation of the business, the service, probably some community involvement. There was a lot that went into that, correct?
Yes, yeah. Jen wrote the answers to all the questions, but she and I both worked on it collectively, and we both felt we had a strong chance because of the changes that we've put in place for the past 3 to 4 to 5 years. Our business come from here to here, just really a lot of growth, a lot of personal development on both of our sides. So we're real excited about it.
You mentioned changes of the business and to the business, but one thing that hadn't changed since you were a home-based business was that positive word on the street you have. Like, everybody's always talking about you. Anytime we see on Facebook, someone says, can you refer or recommend a business? Clay's Climate Control is always listed when HVAC is on the recommendation list. How do you manage to keep such a strong, positive referral network out there? I mean, it's a tricky thing because you want to be out there all the time, but how do you guys do it?
Well, we believe in being honest, having integrity, doing quality work. We believe in going above and beyond our customers' expectations. And we feel if we do that day in and day out, customers are going to share their experience.
You both mentioned your employees and how you feel about them and how hard you work with them and how hard they work for you. How do you continue to manage the process of finding good employees and retaining good employees in the world today? It's not easy. How do you go about doing that? Jen, you want to start?
Yeah, so we actually don't really find experienced technicians anymore. What we find are people who are mechanically inclined, who fit our culture. They believe in honesty, integrity, communication, teamwork, enthusiasm. And if someone fits that, then we bring them on and train them to do what we do. We can train people to be an HVAC technician, but we can't train them to fit our culture.
This question is for both of you, and it's going to be the last question of this segment, but I've watched you guys grow your business. You're growing it. You're also growing an amazing family, children, you growing together, all those great things. How do you balance the two? It's a tough thing, right? How do you balance the family needs and the business needs and then your personal needs? How do you balance?
I think that's really difficult, especially someone like me who likes to put 100% in everything that I do. But I think along the way, you realize that you can kind of be imperfect, whether it's sometimes in the business or sometimes in family or sometimes with our own relationship. And not being perfect all the time is acceptable, and giving yourself a little leeway there. And that's how I've been able to find balance, is give myself some leeway.
How about you, Clay?
I completely agree. Nobody's perfect, and it goes across the board with all of our coworkers, employees, and our kids. We just have to be. We can't be too hard on ourselves. We can't be too hard on everybody else, but we just need to learn from our mistakes and grow, and that's the way we move forward.
It sounds like a great way to balance. I want to thank you guys for being part of the show, sharing your insights, your entrepreneurial journey. But sit tight because we've got more to come.
Great.
Up next, we are putting Jennifer and Clay Pierce, co-owners of Clay's Climate Control, to the test with the M4 Big Money question right here on South Jersey Business. But first, a quick look at how you can check out past episodes of the show. As you are aware, management, marketing, money, and media are the essential parts of any business. And when you are heating and cooling homes and businesses as owners of your own HVAC company, you need to know how to mix up all 4 M's. So it's time for the M4 Big Money question with today's featured guests, Jennifer and Clay Pierce, co-owners of Clay's Climate Control. Are you two ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's start with you, Jen. Talk to us about your management style. How do you guys manage?
Well, when we first started a business, obviously we're doing everything. And as the business continues to grow, there's a point in time where you can't do all of it. And you need to hire management in order to have your business be successful. And as someone wise once told me, the business is only as good as it is when you're not there to run it.
Wow, that's great advice. It might be one of the best answers ever to the management part of M4. Thank you. Clay, maybe we could talk about marketing and some of the more traditional forms that you guys use to get the word out about your business.
Yeah, brand awareness is huge, I think, for any business. Billboards, trucks. We have a lot of trucks on the road, so that's very visible going down the road. Business cards. Any of that kind of just direct mail. That's a big part of our marketing campaign that we do.
Yeah, it's great, and you guys hit all those and many more too. We could do a whole show just on your marketing, actually. Jen, what about money? A lot of people don't like to talk about it, but it is part of the M4 question. So how do you deal with the money part of the business?
Well, to be honest, we don't do this as a hobby. We do this to make money. And anybody can be busy running around, but if you're not making money or not being profitable, then you're really doing it as a hobby, and that's not what we're interested in doing.
Wow, another great answer. You guys are killing this. How about, we'll stick with you, media. Today it's a whole new category under marketing, so we're going to bump it out on its own. The PR part, the public relations media part, but then also how you use social media. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. To stay current now, you need to be on social media. You need to be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and we use all forms to try and get our brand out there and be in front of as many people as you can. And we feel that social media is key to that.
Follow up to that, you're also able to track that, right? That's key, right, for you guys, because you are all about your metrics from what I understand. So tracking that is just as important as the content you put out, correct?
For sure. You want to make sure your return on investment is there. And so we need to make sure that whatever we're spending our money on, we actually get revenue from.
Excellent. All right, Clay, final question for you. How important is it that all 4 M's balance for the success of your business?
It's of utmost importance. You can't have any one of them without the management the management part. So I'd say they're all super important, but management of all of them is the key.
Definitely, you're hitting on all 4 M's, and I want to thank you for sharing the answers to your M4 Big Money question today.
Thanks.
Thanks, Joe. There you have it, co-owners of Clay's Climate Control, Jennifer and Clay Pierce's perfect climate-controlled and experienced mix of management, marketing, money, and media. We have some more business content coming up, including another segment with today's featured guests. So stick around for more South Jersey Business with Joe Molyneux. Welcome back. On today's business drill, we will reflect on a few lessons I've learned from working with student interns. I've had the opportunity to work with high-quality Stockton University interns as part of the production team here on South Jersey Business for 4 semesters and throughout 2 summer sessions. I have found the experience positive, and I hope the students that have worked on the show feel the same way. The interaction and working regularly with the students got me to thinking about the value of working with interns. There are a few keys that I have learned on ways to ensure the experience is mutually beneficial for both the student intern and the business taking on the interns. For this week's business drill, here is interning up your business. If you are thinking about utilizing interns within your business, the process may seem a tad overwhelming. However, planning, preparation, and organization can and will make all the difference. Businesses can benefit through including creative, hardworking students who are working with their companies and employees. Think things through. Have a plan to include areas of work you need to have the interns participate in, and have set times that these roles need to be worked on and completed. You should take the time to plan for what you need and what skills or talents you are seeking in the intern. Set goals. You will need to think about and set goals for the company and the employees, as well as goals for the intern to accomplish. Whether those goals are individually measurable or part of a team or an overall company goal or mission, you need to have written goals. Set roles. Set roles for both the intern to take on and also the role for those overseeing or working with the interns. Creating an intern work description similar to a job description is a good idea. And don't forget to update the job description of those supervising or working with the interns. Package and present your intern plan. Package the plans and details you have developed and present them to your local university or college. The trained professionals there will not only appreciate the effort, but should also be able to help you contact those students seeking internships in the areas you are looking for assistance. So let's recap. Number 1, think things through. Number 2, set goals. Number 3, set roles. And number 4, package and present your intern plan. So there you have it. 4 quick tips on interning up your business for today's business drill. Just a few suggestions on ways to create a mutually beneficial situation that may lead to success when planning to take on interns to help you turn up your business. Take it from someone that knows. When it comes to this process, preparation and organization will make all the difference to a successful interaction with student interns. And now it's time to shine the spotlight on Jennifer and Clay Pierce and gain some extra illumination on exactly what Clay's Climate Control offers and brings to the community right here in South Jersey. Clay and Jen, thanks for letting us turn the spotlight on Clay's Climate Control. Clay, what is it that Clay's Climate Control offers the community, products and services?
The biggest thing is we try to offer the most stress-free heating and cooling service by way of unbelievable customer service, excellent installation quality, and trained service technicians.
That's great. That sounds like a lot of stuff that you have to do, Jen. We're going to let you answer how do you do that, the how part of the spotlight. How do you get that done?
Obviously, everybody has to be well trained, everybody has to follow a process, and everybody has to believe in what we do. And if all those come into play, then we're able to deliver that product.
That's perfect. Now, the next question is, who do you do it for? Who makes up your customer base?
All homeowners of South Jersey, Atlantic, and Northern Cape May County who want to have a quality contractor who makes it easy to do business with.
So now a more philosophical question, Clay. Why do you do what you do? What drives you? What motivates you to get up every day and do what you do?
I think it's always just trying to one-up every job that we do and just keep improving day in and day out, and really just making our customers happy. We just strive for excellence on every job that we do and every service call that we run and every phone call that we take. We just continue to be the best that we can possibly be, and I think that's what motivates me every day.
That's great, and it's working. So normally we turn the spotlight on you, but in this case, recently you turned the spotlight on well-deserving individuals in the community by putting together a very special giveaway that was offered to certain people. Jen, you want to talk about how you came up with that and what that spotlight was and how you turned it on the individual?
Sure. This year we decided to start our first annual giveaway for first responders, and we announced the winner on First Responder Day. So we had people nominate first responders in the area that they wanted to highlight as heroes in the community. And based on what was submitted, we chose one person to be the winner of our first responder giveaway, where they were able to receive a free replacement.
That's great. And I happened to been around there and watching when it was going on. The contest was great. I got to read some of the letters. It was such a wonderful thing you did. And is that something you want to continue into the future?
Absolutely. So that was first annual. Next year we'll have our second.
I love it. I love it. How about, well, let's do it this way. You guys do such a wonderful job, and I know the future is bright, and the homes will be warm when they need to be, and the businesses will be cool when they need to be. How much are you enjoying? I see the smiles on your faces. How much are you enjoying what you're doing at Clay's Climate Control? Jen?
Well, it's satisfying to know that we're making customers feel more comfortable and increase the safety in their home. It's satisfying to know that we're enriching our employees' lives and that they're able to fulfill their dreams of having a profession and being able to, maybe buy their first home or buy their first car. It's all very satisfying.
That is awesome. And Clay, I know, and Jen, I know you work very hard to keep the work at Clay's at the highest level, and I want to commend you on that, and thank you for allowing us to turn the spotlight on Clay's Climate Control today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was today's Spotlight, providing a clear view of exactly what Clay's Climate Control is all about. Jen and Clay, we meet so many businesses that are involved with their community, and Clay's Climate Control is definitely involved in so many ways with the community. And I know that started many, many years ago. I mean, you've been in business for 19 years. But can you talk about the early days, Clay, when you were, before you had kids, but you were involved in supporting some of the sports programs and things like that? Is that where it actually started for you guys?
Yeah, our business and our home is in Linwood, New Jersey, so we're we always donated to the different sports teams and athletic programs in Linwood, and we were very responsible for always donating some money towards them every year.
That's great, but even beyond the money, when you had children, you had to get out there on the soccer field like the rest of us, right? You got out there. So how much fun was that to be supporting a team, but then also coaching your children on the team? How much fun did you have?
It's a lot of fun. You get to learn all the little personalities, the young children that you're responsible for. But I had a blast doing it. I wouldn't change a thing.
That's great. And then Jen, when the children started going to school, you got involved in many organizations, but then you did something really unique. So can you talk a little bit about the parent and teacher involvement in that you did, but then you did something that helped a lot of other students. So can you talk about the three of those things?
Sure. So as the children entered school, I obviously became involved in the PTO of Linwood, the LEF, and then noticed there was a gap for children that had special needs. So children that have IEPs and 504s didn't have a voice from the parents, and so I started a group called the SPAC, where it was a board of parents who could speak to the school about what was best for those children and be involved in the education of them.
And I think that's huge, and that's something that, again, you found a specific need that was being unmet, brought it to the attention of the people at the school, and now it's an established part of the school curriculum, and your children are actually moving through that school, yet others are benefiting. So I think that's one of the best forms of volunteerism.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. But it doesn't stop there, because now you have your community that you're supporting, the business is successful. Can you talk about some of the other organizations you support? I know CASA is one of them. How'd you get involved with CASA?
CASA actually felt like an extension of the SPAC. And where we felt that helping children that didn't have their own voice would be a huge benefit. And we realized that there were children that didn't have anybody that was advocating for them, and we wanted to be able to provide an advocate for every child that was in the foster care system in Atlantic and Cape May County. So that became really near and dear to our hearts to try and really help that organization.
Clay, things like the Wounded Warrior, the Hero Campaign, these are all great programs, Jewish Family Services, that you support them all. It's tough to make decisions sometimes on which you support, but I know that the things that are most important are the ones that you're involved in. So is there a system that you use, or is it just you try to look at each individual case and on case-by-case basis for the support?
Yeah, it's mainly a case-by-case. Throughout the year, people come to us and ask for donations, and we do our absolute best to try to do as much as we possibly can. There are so many worthy things to help out with, but we just do the best that we can and give as much as we can.
That's great. I don't want to let you go without talking about your industry volunteerism. Jen, can you talk a little bit about that? Because I know Clay's involved, you're involved, and you do a lot in the industry. Can you share a little bit about how you work in the industry to volunteer to make the industry better?
Sure. So we're a part of that national organization, Air Conditioning Contractors of America. Each state has their own chapter, and I'm on the board of the Pennsylvania ACCA, but I'm also now on the board of the national organization as well. So that actually is starting in March. I'm excited about that.
That's great. Between the sports and the community and the industry, you guys are very busy. Again, we talk about balance. I don't know how you do it, but I want to thank you for all the recipients of your good works and your time and your talent and the dollars that you donate for helping our community be better. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Once again, the guests here at South Jersey Business exemplify what it precisely means to be committed to their local community. Thanks again to Jennifer and Clay Pierce, co-owners of Clay's Climate Control, for everything they're doing to help our community. Well, that's the show. We had a solid business discussion with Jennifer and Clay Pierce, co-owners of Clay's Climate Control, located in Linwood, New Jersey. Once again, thank you to Stockton University and everyone that makes this program possible. Let's do it again next week. And until then, let's get growing, South Jersey. Thanks for watching.